I have been dying to get to Maine for a long time, and not just because Bigfoots clearly have to live here because of the habitat and the cover and the food and everything else, but also this is home base for Loren Coleman. He's a prolific author who's been in the game for over 50 years, and he lives in Portland, Maine, and runs the International Cryptozoological Museum.
Well, Loren's certainly the guy to go talk to if you want to find out where to focus your search in this vast state. Where's the best spot to start our search for the squatch? When we search for Bigfoot all over the United States, especially these highly forested states, we really need to rely on the expertise of the local Bigfooters. Just like in Santa Cruz, when we met with Mike Rugg at his Bigfoot Discovery Museum, he put us on the latest reports. We're gonna do the same thing here with Loren. He's a highly regarded researcher. He's been doing it since 1960. Nobody's written more cryptozoology books, and his museum is huge. Wow, awesome. Hey, Loren.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
As we walked into the museum, we're like four little kids in a candy store. This is a flashback to our childhood. We're seeing toys from our youth, all types of pop cultural references, but everything cryptozoology.
This is the best man cave ever.
Wow, thank you.
I want you to be my interior decorator.
Everybody in the Bigfoot world knows about this museum.
It has 10,000 items in it, and it's my personal collection that I began in 1960.
Museums like this gather reports quite easily just from the locals who come in and check it out. While talking to Loren, he's picked up dozens and dozens of reports and even some footprint casts.
The problem you can see with this one here is the toes.
Yeah, I see no indication of that being a living, malleable foot. In fact, what I do see, if you held it out in front of you, it would be a little bit concave, which is indicative of putting a stomper in the ground and rolling it back and forth.
I agree with you totally, but what surprises me is I thought she was the skeptic. This one is a little more typical for Bigfoot.
So that one could very well be real.
You know, I can see the dynamics of the roll of the foot coming down, making a lump, and then peeling off, seeing that. You just don't see that in a wooden track stomper. This is natural.
Yeah.
You said Portland is basically a city in the middle of wilderness, so there's woods right outside of town. Do you get sightings right outside of town as well, like we do in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes, we do, all the time. But you get reports from Brunswick, from Durham. Sightings are happening all the time, not that far from Portland. We track them on our maps, and we try to figure out if there's clumping going on.
Can we see that map?
Yeah,
Sure, I have
bring
it
it
right
out.
here.
Loren pulls out a pin map where all the different locations are marked for these different cryptid figures. And you can see concentrations in some areas, which means a lot of people have been reporting things. Almost certainly many of them are credible.
Let me just give you the key to these. The green ones are the definite Bigfoot sightings, and then you'll see the lighter green ones are what we call the smaller Bigfoot reports.
Where do you think are the best places for us to take a look around?
Well, I think right up the coast in the Durham-Brunswick area is pretty good.
Up here?
Yeah, right up there.
Well, if you recommend that spot, Loren, that's good enough for me, and I'm sure the rest of the team. I want to get out there.
Oh, yeah.
We're basically coming in blind here because none of us have ever gone Bigfooting in Maine before. Even though Loren can't come out with us tonight, he does know about some recent activity in the Androscoggin Valley. So that's where we're headed for our first night investigation.
We're lucky we made contact with Loren. He's been here for 40 years in Portland, and he says this is the best place. This is the best place.
Look, we have a lot of land to cover tonight. This is a long, thin state park. So I'd say you two head off to the north side of the park. Folks and I head to the south. We can head towards each other. Find that high ground. Let's use it to our advantage.
Perfect. I love it.
All right,
go.
then. See you.
You know, Matt, with the amount of snow melt, it's quite possible that the rivers around here are going to have incredibly high CFS. Cubic feet per second, that water is going to be moving. Like this, all of this melt, that's going to be exponentially more in these rivers. And this water is cold. I really do not want to top my boots.
Ground keeps giving away.
You gotta lose some weight, Cliff. I'm not breaking through at all. Wow. You'll just float across this stuff and do that. Oh. Oh, wet, cold mud.
This ground is awesome.
Oh my God, dude, if a squatch steps on this.
We'll have a print of a lifetime, man, if something walks across this road.
Looks like some moose walked across here. Look at that, right there.
I don't think that's a person, do you? Or some sort of big deer or something like that.
Hey, this is the high point.
Yeah, you can see the lake a little bit through the trees there.
So it's possible if I do a howl here, it's gonna carry further up the lake than down there when we were down at the bottom by the edge.
Give it a shot. Renee for Cliff?
Gotcha, what's up?
Cliff's gonna do a howl.
Yeah, go for it.
It's an amazing echo.
Geese?
Geese.
What are they squawking about?
You woke him up, Matt.
Did you hear that, Cliff?
I did hear that.
What do you think that was? Was that a bird?
I think that was a loon.
Shut those loons up.
Oh.
What was that?
I don't know. Well, that's a loon.
Yeah, down there wasn't.
You know, it was just that low pitch thing. Where I mostly go bigfooting, the West Coast, there are no loons. That noise is unfamiliar. In fact, the only reason I even know that noise is by bigfooting around the country with the team. So it's a loon. I'm not very familiar with loon noises, and it had me going for a little while. That's fine.
Live and learn.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, man.
We're living La Vida Luna.
No, I'm not seeing a lot of animals. And I'm not seeing any birds, I'm not seeing any rodents. You notice walking across all that snow, Renee, we didn't see any deer tracks. Here, try and radio them again, because there's not much more we can do here.
All right. Renee for Cliff?
Hello?
Did you guys hear anything?
Got nothing.
Oh, we're in the wrong spot right now.
Let's head on back.
Yeah.
Renee and I've got nothing. We haven't heard coyotes or owls, just a few geese getting their feathers ruffled. If there are sasquatches out here tonight, they're being totally silent, but I'm thinking they just aren't here. Hopefully Loren is having better luck finding witnesses for us tomorrow for the town hall than we are at finding Bigfoots tonight.